Obviously trying to seal the deal, trying to be the first one to win the $1 million. What's going on, guys? Hey, we're out here at Foxhills for the 2024 VMX MXoN. We're going to have a blast, and this is 5 Minutes with Fletch.
Yeah, so you raced first year, you didn't race last year, you're back again. Are you looking to win, or are you coming out for fun?
Well, I always for fun, number one, but if things work out, I get a good start, and I have a chance at winning, yes, I'll try to win. But number one thing is walking back on the plane with no injuries.
Because one, Foxhill, you don't get a good start, you've got a tough race. You
Yes.
went out the first year, you get a good start, it's an easy race. So, do you know what gate you're gonna go for if you can get it, or?
Well, it depends on obviously time practice, right? So we have to have some good laps in and practice, get some good laps in and practice, get a good grid pick. It's a unique first turn. It's very, very tight, a hard left-hander. So probably somewhere down on the inside. We have some rain right now, which is actually good for the track. So the track should be really good, nice tacky, along with the gate.
What has been your favorite championship to win?
Oh, I mean, any of the first, right? So my first Supercross championship on a 250, first outdoor championship on a 250, but obviously the crown jewel of our U.S. racing is the 450 Supercross championship. So probably in 2011 would have been my first one. So that's probably my most favorite one, just because I had never done it before. And then after that, you had a target on your back.
And then famously Donington Park, I believe it was there you went undefeated, wasn't it?
I believe, yes. Yep. Donington, that's where MXoN is this year, right? No. Matterley, that's right. Matterley, yep.
For an undefeated on a 250, don't think that's been done before.
Well, cool? Budds Creek was the big one where I went when I won both all the races. But yeah, I mean, Motocross The Nations is always a very big event, for all the countries, but also, if you ever get the chance to go, it's an amazing event, and also if you're lucky enough to win it, it's that much sweeter.
What's the best bit about being a monster athlete?
Now in my position where I'm at in my career, being able to be plugged into all the different events, right? So next year, I'm trying to, I believe we're coming over for Isle of Man to check that out. Obviously Supercross, Vet MXoN, like we're standing right here. MXoN in a month and a half, 2 months, back over here. So just being able to go and still participate in these races without racing.
You got Title 2-4, so like you almost do recaps in the race.
Yep.
You and Ricky ever get does it ever get heated, or is it friendly disagreements?
Yeah, friendly disagreements, right? I think we're very much alike in a lot of ways, and the way we think. Yes, and the way we think also we think very much alike. So it's a good partnership that we have, because we almost complement each other, but in different ways.
So how long have you been working with the Blue Crew and Yamaha?
Blue Crew Yamaha, I think it's coming up on 6 years now. Great partnership that I have with those guys. I'm very lucky and fortunate to be able to have a brand like Yamaha to partner with, that for me, it's not only dirt bikes, it's not just motorcycles, it's the Tenere 700, for adventure bike. They have the off-road section, and they also have the dirt bike section too, and watercraft and everything else. So I get to bounce around and go get to do things that I never got to do when I was racing. And now with the extra time that I have, I get to go experience, all the different outlets that Yamaha has to offer.
What was going through your head in that third Monster Cup race? Because you'd won the first two, all you need to do is finish that. You needed to win that first one, and you got the $1 million, and if you just finished the race, you got 100K.
Yep.
So what was going through your mind?
Obviously trying to seal the deal, trying to be the first one to win the $1 million. And I ended up doing that. But yeah, I think as a racer, take it one step at a time. And that was a good gate pick, obviously, which I had from winning the first 2 motos. But that just because you have a good gate pick doesn't mean you're going to have a good reaction time and get a good start. So, by getting a good start in the 3rd moto, put me in position to win. I had the speed. I'd already done it. I showed that I did it 2 times right before that, 2 motos before that. So all I needed was a start, and I was able to do that.
So, because you were injured in 2010, once you had the surgery and knew that your leg was good, were you immediately thinking about racing, or were you like, I'm going to take this one step at a time?
Yeah, you got to take it one step at a time, especially with a big injury. Small injuries, it's one thing, but a big injury, take it one step at a time and let it heal. Give yourself as much time as you possibly can. I know our sport doesn't do that. Typically, it's the sooner you can get on the bike, the better. But yeah, I guess I questioned it a little bit in the beginning, like, how is it going to be? Am I going to be able to ride? Is it going to feel the same? But yeah, it was fine.
And then, was it 11 or 12 where you'd wrapped up the title, you went back to Seattle, you went around that corner, and then your knee just said,
Yep.
I don't really want to be like this anymore.
Yeah, tore my ACL again for the, I think, 3rd time. So I had to go get that fixed too. So after that, but yeah, it's always been my left knee. I've had 3 ACLs put in that already, and probably going to need another one eventually.
So, how is the Schoolboy Dad going?
How is the what?
How is being a Schoolboy Dad?
The Schoolboy Dad, yeah, it's busy. I have my 2 boys on the KTM 50s, and doing a little bit of racing, a little bit of riding. If they want to race, I'm here to do it, but I'm not going to push them into making them race. Now, if they choose to race, now they're going to have to be pushed on certain times, so just like any sport, I'm not going to make them do something if they don't want to do it, but if they choose to do it, there's going to be some tough roads ahead.
So what would you say if one of them wanted to race and one of them didn't? Would you let that one race?
Yeah. One can race and one can be the water boy or the goggle guy, boot cleaner. There's a position for everybody.
So you don't want to be one of those dads that's like, you're going to race no matter what. You're giving it to them free.
Yeah, it's up to him. I'm not going to. This sport's too dangerous. It's too hard. There's too much work involved to make somebody want to do it. So, but if they want to ride and they start to get better, and it's time for Loretta Lynn's, there's going to be a lot of tough days, long days, lots of riding, probably lots of yelling, and you got to be tough on them. But as long as they choose that, then that's, I think that's okay. If they don't want to race and you're making them race, then I think that's wrong.
So when you were racing as a kid, you set out quite early that you wanted to race. What was the hardest bit about trying to go pro?
Honestly, as a kid, you don't even, for me, I didn't, it was something that my family did. My grandpa raced, my dad raced, I raced. And instead of playing, soccer or American football or, things like that, we did motorcycles. So, so it just all depends on what the kids want to do.
Thank you for your time.
Yes, buddy. Thank you, Fletch. This is 5 Minutes with Fletch.